Hi everyone, today we're going to be learning about Armenian churches. So what are we going to learn? The first Armenian church, the traditional styles of Armenian churches and some examples, some modern churches, and where we can find Armenian churches. So the first church is Echmiadzin, and it's widely accepted as the first cathedral on earth. Even though it's not the first church, it's probably the first church in Armenia. It's one of the oldest, built in the 4th to 5th century, and it operates as a church and has regular baptisms and has services and is known as the Mother Church or Mar Yekeretsin. It's located in a massive church complex in the city of Vagar Shapat, and it contains several other buildings and churches, and it's a very beautiful, huge complex. And it was almost destroyed by invaders over the centuries, and it's likely the oldest church still standing on Christian land. A lot of older churches are now in countries where Christians are a minority or persecuted. So Avandagana, these are the traditional churches. Surp Amena Perkich Vank in Isfahan. The oldest part of this church is from 1606, and a lot of it is from 1655. It has a lot of Persian influence, and if you look from the inside, there's very detailed murals and paintings, and it's very beautiful. So Surp Grigor Lusavoric Maria Keretsi is St. Gregory the Illuminator Cathedral. It's in Yerevan, and it was built in the year 2001. It's built in a traditional style, but it also has some modern touches, but overall it's traditional. It's a very big church and it overlooks the city, and there's a huge staircase leading up to the doors. And inside it's very big and open. It has a lot of space for churchgoers. Khazan Chetzots is in Shushi in Artsakh. It was built in 1888, and it was almost destroyed in 1920 after the Muslim Azeris tried to wipe out the Armenians from the city. As you can see from this picture, the church was almost destroyed. It had a huge complex, like walls and other buildings. But once it was freed in the 1990s by Armenians, it was renovated and fixed. But now the only part of it standing is the church, and it's still pretty big and very beautiful. This is a picture of Ghazan Chetzots. Datevi Vank is a monastery built in the 8th to 9th century. It's in the southern part of Armenia called Syunik. It's the region. It's built into the side of a mountain. It has a lot of underground hallways and rooms. It's very beautiful. And the world's longest reversible aerial tram is there. It's a world record. It goes, I think, 4 miles from a station over the valley and over some villages to the monastery. And this is a picture. So Moderna. These are some of the modern Armenian churches, such as our church. It was built in 1981. I couldn't find a picture of before renovation, but before renovation, and it definitely looked like it was from the 80s. It was like white stones, diagonal, making diamonds here by the windows, and it was later renovated. And we can see, you can see crosses in these white parts. And this is more of a modern church, and it's still an Armenian church. So another modern Armenian church is in Montreal, Canada, built in 1958, called Surp Hakop Church. It has a lot of Armenian styling, but it's more of a modern church. And here's a picture. Another modern church, but was built a couple decades ago, is Surp Sarkis in Tehran. It was built in 1970. It has a lot of flat walls, but still has the sort of traditional style, but with modern looks. And this is a picture of it from 1970. And these are links to a list of Armenian churches in the United States. The photo catalog, if you scan it, it'll go there. And our church is actually in that list. There's a picture of our church. And the one on the bottom is a list of Armenian churches in different countries and different cities, and it's Wikipedia. Thank you for listening. God bless you all, and thank you for listening.